Welcome to talk show of Maharashtra Society Welfare Association. Cleanliness societies, are we doing sufficient? Today we have with us Mr. Jayaram Nair, who is the Managing Director of Virtual Info System Private Limited, also the organizers of Clean India Technology Week and the publisher of Clean India Journal. Today we are going to discuss about the various issues related to cleanliness within the society, waste management in the society, and how this particular cleanliness will be done or can be done in a cooperative housing society, the management of the management, how it can be done, and what is this organization, that is Clean India Technology Week, what is all about this, what type of things we are going to do. We'll discuss with MD of organizer, that is of Clean India Technology Week. Now let me just begin asking you, what is this technology week, cleanliness technology week that you are talking about? Can you enlighten us on this?
Thank you, Mr. Prabhu. Actually, we started the Clean India movement 10 years back. We started with a magazine telling people, creating awareness and to follow the best practices in cleaning. Now 10 years it has taken us to reach to a level where every year we have been doing shows in various parts of India, telling the people or the organizations, corporates, institutions, what are the best technologies available worldwide to have the maximum cleanliness and hygiene in the building, outside the building, and also what are the best waste management practices. This being the 10th year, we have brought the Clean India show with different aspects. The Clean India Technology Week is a week of activity of creating awareness in schools, colleges and other public institutions, plus a 3-day show where almost 200 exhibitors from 15 nations are coming to show the various technologies available not only to clean institutions but also public places.
Now, what is this 21st and 22nd? I think you have one exhibition with a lot of technologies getting exhibited. How the cooperative housing societies can take benefit of it? How that waste management can be managed? Can you enlighten on that? And what is all this program all about?
No, I will answer it in two different parts. One is how the Clean India Technology Week during these 3 days, 21st, 22nd and 23rd of January 2016 at Bombay Exhibition Center.
Okay.
We have various plans. One is we have separated into the exhibition aspect and the awareness aspect. So in Bombay Exhibition Center, we have the show going on, as well as we have separate sessions where various walks of people in different industry benefit through specialized knowledge sharing. Now, as far as society is concerned, I find that most of us want to have our societies clean because we know unclean societies create health issue. Then again, unclean buildings means your property value goes down. Third is the unclean surroundings are going to create a social aspect in you. That means people would not like to come to your house or stay in your house. Okay. Now the health issues are of prime importance. Many of the societies in Bombay want to change. But if I go back to the basic, there are two issues. One is the mindset of the people running the society, the people staying in buildings. Second, I feel, is the lack of knowledge. Now, lack of knowledge forms 80% of the problem. Because if you don't have knowledge about how to do the proper waste management or how to keep your building clean, then naturally you are going to suffer. Where to buy equipment, what to buy, when to buy, these are issues which you will face each and every time. Your mindset, I find there has been a change of mindset in the people, the society governing society managing committee, the federations. There has been a change of the thought process from the time our Honorable Prime Minister has said Clean India is a vision and we have to get it done.
You have been in this field for the last 10 years. You have been doing Clean India magazine. You have been publishing a lot of awareness in whatever way you have been created. But do you think the way the cleanliness mission, Clean India mission that has been taken by our Honorable Prime Minister has made any difference, or it is making any difference in the mindset of the people?
I would say it has been great with the Prime Minister talking about Clean India, and this mission we all have to fulfill. It's not only his responsibility, it is every Indian's responsibility. Now, if you go back, when I go back 10 years back, when we started the Clean India show, I was asked by the assistant mayor of Mumbai, why do you want to do this? I mean, ये तो कचरा हमारा काम नहीं है. And I tried to explain to him, and he told me, नहीं, I'm sorry, not the vice mayor, but the mayor itself. I told him, sir, ये हम सबका काम है. He said, नहीं, ये हमारे लिए separate department है, municipality का काम है. But again, his deputy mayor was kind enough to attend and inaugurate that show. That was in 2005.
Okay.
Over a period of time, what we have found is, with chief ministers coming to the show, many of the political people coming to the show, the awareness aspect had increased. But in the mindset of the people, the changes had not happened. Other than the top corporates, institutions, some of the schools and colleges, some I would say. Now, coming back to our Prime Minister's mission, I still find there is still lack of initiative from the political class itself. They think everything has to be done by BMC, and where they have to do is where the vote bank is.
Yeah.
I have met a couple of MPs and MLAs during my tenure for the past 10 years, and what I find is they feel the cleanliness and hygiene aspect should start from the slums, which I find totally absurd. I find it will be just a photo op with nothing happening. It should start from the top level, where you inculcate the habit in the people, in the lower rung, in your offices, in your factories, where the people who are staying in slums are educated, schools, the children are educated, so that they take back the cleanliness and hygiene mission to the home and the slums. There are good points and there are bad points. Using brooms, I would say, is the worst thing we can do. We will harm ourselves, because broom, the dust goes up and people breathe that dust, and we get ill actually. Pollution level increases.
Do you cover in this awareness that how to be more health conscious, or because of this Clean India, whatever the mission that you are taking and all this, how this complements or helps in preventing various health issues?
Yeah. Now, health issues are caused by many factors, but many places it's because of the waste itself lying out and many a time not collected for a long time. The hospitals not following the right practices, cleaning practices. In fact, we have found that many of the hospitals use the same mop to mop the washroom and also the ward where the patients are sleeping. So the cross contamination does happen, and this will not go unless the awareness aspect comes in the most of the government hospitals and the other places, and also the society itself, where you need to have the proper waste segregation as well as waste management, and also not only that, but to increase the life of the building, you should have proper building maintenance.
That's correct. Now you were saying about award, granting of the award. Then there will be lot of awareness sessions. Then there are exhibitions. These are the three things which you will be covering in this Clean India Technology Week. So can you enlighten what type of awards that you are looking at and what are the criterias?
Clean India Awards is another factor, and it is about this is the second edition of the Clean India Award. We have it every 2 years. Now, we award socially there are socially responsible awards, then there is the technology awards. Technology awards, we mean what are the new machines, what are the machines which are made in India, what are the different tools which are there available, which can be used to enhance your property. Now, the social awards is what I like, because it awards people who work behind the scene. We have, in fact, the cleaning industry is so big. There are many people in the industry whose livelihood, I mean, they are employed in the cleaning industry, cleaning up the buildings, the hospitals, some of the hotels, and these people are never recognized. They do a fantastic job, they are never recognized. So we have got entries from all over India, and a jury has sat over it. They have selected the people who do the best job. There are criteria which are met.
Excellent.
And then there are unsung heroes. There are people like you, Mr. Prabhu,
Yeah.
who work without getting any benefit out of it, but who feels that cleanliness and hygiene is your job. So, like that, we have selected 5 entries from all over India, and we are honoring these people this year. So we have unsung hero awards, because nobody sings about these
That's
people.
correct. Now, for a cooperative housing society where we are more concerned, what is that guideline you would be able to give us that by attending this seminar or this exhibition or getting involved in this, how they can get benefit? What is that goes in making a difference?
Uh, I said at the outset, mindset change and knowledge. The knowledge is very important. How we go about changing our building, our street, our society by itself, and also the area where we live in.
Okay.
Now, there are various models available. One is, as I said, from house it has to start, and it has to go on a bigger level. We cannot be depending upon BMC or the other municipal authorities do everything for us. We have to be part of it. Unfortunately, BMC feels that citizens should not be part of it in many ways, because they do not come forward to encourage such a this one. I don't know why. But there are many SLAs which has been formed, which has been quite efficient in getting work done. That also is another factor. But as members of the society, as members of the committee, as chairman of the federation of the Housing Society Association, there are awareness we can create. Now, on 22nd, at about 3 p.m., we have got a session on making how the city can be made clean. Now, city making clean is a larger aspect. We are going to discuss about societies there. And because if each and every society start taking care of their area, then the city is naturally going to be clean. There are various models available. Credai has done an excellent job in Cochin, doing a total waste management system. So the executive director is going to be present there on 22nd at hall number 1. We have a seminar hall where there will be a separate this one where you can ask questions, you can learn how they have implemented it.
Tell me, in order to make it the government has taken it as a Swachh Bharat as a mission, and for Swachh Bharat they have also started levying 0.5% additional service tax. Now question is whether any other thing that can be done by them, can they, sometimes what happens, you may have a wish list, you may have certain things. Now you have to follow the traffic signal. If you don't follow the traffic signal, then there is certain penalties which are levied. So can there be some model which with your international study and with the knowledge that you have carried, can the government come out with some ideas, innovative ideas, or the policies or the law which compels the citizen to always maintain the cleanliness the way we see in Singapore, we see especially in foreign countries. Everybody is conscious. So what that they can do to have clean India or get this mission of Swachh Bharat in letter and spirit implemented?
Now, when we talk about Swachh Bharat mission, it needs to be attacked from various aspects. We cannot follow the model of Singapore because, I mean, if we expect our people to be that highly motivated, I think it will take a long time to happen. Also, we cannot follow the same model for every city, every region, because India is a large country with diverse values, diverse traditions, diverse thought process.
Yeah.
So it has to be taken up in a different manner. Every state should have a law, and then it should peter down to the panchayats and other places. You cannot have the same thing everywhere, because like people in Bombay might be more aware, but when you go to the rural area, they are less aware. But I will also say the rural areas are doing fantastic in the job. And if you go to the different west zone, north zone, the thought process is different. So I think it has to be, government needs to have experts in this field sitting around and making a plan of each and every region, how to follow it, what are the ways to do it, and what are the technologies we should implement, what are the awareness. I think first is the awareness aspect, which I think with our Prime Minister's initiative is doing quite well.
Now, what thought process comes in my mind is that, for a industrial waste, there is a law. What it says is the one who generates the waste should be in a position to dispose of the waste. Why not this onus also be put? Maybe in the form of law with the local authorities. The person who generates the, let us say, I am generating as a householder, I am generating the waste. Maybe various cooking, this, that, whatever waste. So there is a dry waste, there is a wet waste, and I should be made to, segregate that. And this law should be imposed on the cooperative housing society. Now, if they are able to inculcate this among the society members, and they make a law that yes, if you are doing this, yes, we will give you so much discount in your fees, rather the property tax. And certain time, I'm not saying that you penalize, rather you put it as an incentive. When you are charging a property tax, you charge, let us say, 100 rupees. Instead of that, you make 120 rupees as a property tax, which is already there. Anyhow, you are going to pay a lot of amount to the cleaners, this, that, and all. You have a cleanliness, entire machinery. Suppose you say that, okay, if a housing society gives us segregated waste by educating their members, because at the grassroots level it should be educated, so we will charge you, give you 20% discount in the property tax. This 20% discount gets, further, distributed to the members. Can you enlighten on this, or you do think this will work?
It should work. I mean, see, basically in India, compared to other parts of the world, waste management has been there for a long time.
Yeah.
I still remember my mother fighting with me to collect the newspaper so that I don't throw anywhere, because newspaper was money for her.
That's correct.
At the end of the month, it was money for her. Naturally, the bottles, whatever is collected, was money for her, because she used to sell it to the Raddiwala. For housing societies also, what is the incentive government is going to give?
That's correct.
Separating waste, I do agree, is the primary aspect. Wet waste has to be this one. But the dry waste is money.
That's correct.
So, how do you entice the society to keep the dry waste in a place so that it can be sold off and money can be given to the society? Like you said, how do we, there are ways we can find how much waste has been, how much collection has been done, how many tons of collection, how many kilos of collection has been done from particular area. And if money is distributed to that area for doing it in the right way, naturally it will be an initiative and people will, I mean, people will take the initiative to get it segregated, get it sold so that everybody benefits. Now, as you said, government has imposed this 0.5 service tax. Now there are CSR activities which is supposed to be done. Toilets are going to be built with those CSR activities. Now this extra 0.5. Still there is no game plan from the government how this 0.5% is going to be utilized.
Correct.
Whether it is going to be utilized in building more toilets, or is it going to be utilized in public places, putting more dustbins on the highways or other places. And believe me, it's a large amount of money.
Yes.
Unless government gives a game plan of how it is going to be utilized, how this benefit is going to be passed on to societies or to institutions which do it properly, people will not be happy with this.
So coming back, as this exhibition which you are going to have, there are a lot of machineries, technologies that you will be exhibiting, and how a cooperative housing society or a cluster of a cooperative housing society will be able to benefit, and how the waste management can be converted into the resources. And do you can you just enlighten us on this as to what type of machineries, what type of exhibition, what type of knowledge that we can get there?
Yes. One, there are a lot of machineries. I mean, there are various types of machinery.
Okay.
Now, it all depends on what kind of society, what kind of area are you going to service. Now, if your society consists of 3 buildings with a small frontal area, garden area, naturally you don't require that much. You require things which can be done for the building, like the pest management.
That's correct.
There are special discounts there by the pest management companies for societies who want to get their buildings
Okay.
put on a yearly
Contracts.
contract. Machines, there, see, we in our building we invested a lot of money putting a particular paint where it can be washed. But the problem is washing that paint.
That's
Unless rainy season, otherwise the dust settles there and it is difficult to get it washed. So what you need is a simple high pressure machine which doesn't cost much, which can be used to clean that building, or a big telescopic cleaner which can clean it from outside.
Okay.
And so pest management, waste management, there are companies which has been doing very good model of waste collection and paying people, societies, for the waste they have collected.
Okay.
So the society committee can visit these companies and understand what is the best solution for me, because the solution differs unless you see what you want and you understand the technology which can be used in your premises or in your society or on your streets or on your if it's a huge federation, on your total area.
Yes.
It will be just buying things and not putting it to use.
No, what we understand, Swachh Bharat, lot of toilets are being constructed in rural area, of course with the mindset that they will use the toilet, but what we realize is those people are using it as a go down, but they are still comfortable to go outside the nature and then do whatever nature call that to be done. So how you think this type of problems can be resolved?
Very difficult to learn. That's where the mindset comes in.
Okay.
But with the advertisements which are going on and all, there is awareness being created. I remember when I was a boy going to Kerala during vacation,
Yeah.
there were no toilets in Kerala. We used to, and the houses which had toilets were a few, because as per our grandfather, it was better to go outside and do it. Basically, it was manure for the trees on the plantation. But the thought process has changed over now. In South India, if you go to see, every home has a toilet now. Naturally, there are parts in India where toilets are not there and people do not have money to build toilet.
Yes, sir.
With the government intervention, naturally this is going to change. But once it is built, as you said, people using this toilet as go down are people who have got some power in that village. Otherwise, who will allow them to use it? So,
No, no, the house for whom they have constructed a toilet for the area, so they don't want to use it at all. The toilet is being constructed because somebody has constructed it for their house, given it as a donation, so they don't understand what is
okay.
to be used. See, there is a small houses, so they will give a small toilet of 5,000, 6,000 rupees they will spend as a CSR activity. They construct 40,000, 50,000 toilets in a village for 40, 50,000 houses are being constructed and given to them. And they don't use it. They think that as it is, I am going in the early morning and doing a nature call, and there is already space available. And they find it, then they use it as a go down for storing their household.
That is true also, but then the toilet has to be managed. Somebody has to be responsible for it. If it is built, who is the responsibility? If it is now Clean India campaign, who is the responsible person other than the PM? This one, BMC, are they responsible? If you have to go get a meeting with the BMC to talk about cleanliness and hygiene with the commissioner, he thinks it's not his job many a time. You go to the solid waste management guy, you go to so and so guy. So unless the bureaucrats also get knowledgeable about it, and there is a special committee looking after what are the things which are being done for it to be successful.
Now, when we talk about, the citizens should be aware, where they should put it in the dustbin, whatever they collect, and then if they get a nature call, let us say in a highway, if they get a nature call, they should not do on the nature, but they should go in the toilet. Don't you think the administration has failed miserably in providing, dustbins across this? And if the dustbin is kept, then that is getting, robbed, and that is not there for after 2 or 3 days. Even the toilets, if you look at, at least 50 meter, 100 meter, there should be one toilet facility. If you look at, across Mumbai or any part of India or in the highways and all, you don't find this type of toilet facility which is available for the people who are driving. So what do you have to say about it?
100% right. I mean, it is a nightmare driving on the highway, because if you are going with your family, naturally it is very difficult. And the toilets you find are also, many of them are so dirty that they can't sit, and if they use it, they might get infection. So we are worried about that also. Now, if you go to see, not only that, the toilets itself in many of the restaurants in India, in Bombay, big restaurants, you find the toilet is given the least importance also. Kitchen, many of them do not even give kitchen the importance, only the food is tasty, I don't know how. But this is a problem which is there, and it will take time for it to be resolved. I mean, if we are just talking about Clean India, Swachh Bharat, and we expect this to change overnight, I don't think so.
Okay. So at the end of the show, let me just congratulate you for, doing for the last 10 years, more than 1 decade you have been doing it. I wish you all the best. But before we part, I would sincerely request you to advise our housing society office bearers as to what should be the next course of action. Not only visiting and taking awareness in your exhibition, more than that, what they can do, because your experience of 1 decade in publishing the magazine, having interacted with so many departments and other things, what that advice you would give, so that there will be health conscious happening, there will be clean compound in the society, the dengue and other things which are happening, which can be controlled, the drainage system which is there, that can be managed, so the rainwater harvesting and the waste management which can be generating money. And then there are even, for example, the lot of housing societies, they are not aware what is dry waste, what is wet waste, and that is mixed up. And to cover up all this, what is that last advice that, or the most important advice that you would give it to housing society office bearers and the members?
See, housing societies, they have to come up from the thought process that they are there only to manage the money which comes in the and the expenditure.
Okay.
The job of a managing committee is to ensure that what are the things you can do to change your environment or to
Okay.
help your environment.
Excellent.
Now, many of the housing society are very proactive, but I would say about 80 to 90% are still fighting within themselves to manage the society itself properly. I feel you all should come out, learn, and to buy or not to buy is your decision, but buy the right things so that it can be used. There is no point in buying and keeping it in a society if it is not used. Even waste management, it is not only the job of the managing committee, but all of us to come together, have some sessions, especially Mr. Prabhu, you should take initiative. We are always there to back you up.
Okay.
If you are calling any society meet, we can have the experts coming in
Okay.
any time of the year.
I think that's the best.
Any time of the year,
Okay.
explaining the best models,
Okay.
explaining the right things
Okay,
which can be
excellent.
done, the best practices which can be done, whether it all depends upon the committee whether they want to follow it or not follow it, but it also depends how proud you are of your country.
Yeah.
And it's a ongoing practice and a long term work.
So, Mr. Jayaram, Nair, I think you have given a lot of information. I wish you all the best for your Clean India Technology Week, and I hope our members of Cooperative Society and the office bearers will definitely visit your exhibition, which is going to be happening on 21st and 22nd
3 days, 21st, 22nd and
and
23rd.
23rd of January, which is going to happen in Bombay Exhibition Center, that is Goregaon East Highway. I think unless until we go discuss, meet the people, we will not exactly know what this technology all about, how it can be leveraged, how we can become more healthy, and we can take forward the mission of Swachh Bharat which has been given to us, and whatever contribution that we can do, it should be done. Ultimately it is our environment, our society, and for our benefit. That is what we need to do. And one more which in fact I wanted to ask you, but you said yourself that yes, any of the cooperative housing societies, the cluster of 20, 30, 40 locality people would like to get certain things clarified. They are always available, the experts will come, how that entire waste management can be done, the entire locality can be kept clean, and what are that minimum with the sharing of resources, how the entire locality can be kept clean. I think you have volunteered that, and I hope that is all honorary, and it is as a commitment from your side to our societies, and we'll definitely advertise and we'll give in our magazine also about this, and as and when any call comes, we'll be with you, and I hope you will give the required support to us, technology to us, and knowledge to us, and we'll see that the Swachh Bharat mission is taken forward. All the best once again.
Thank
Yes, sir.
you. One last word from
That's
me.
correct.
We are committed. We are totally committed. We have been committed for, as an organization, we work on 4 subjects. One is cleanliness and hygiene, which is very close to us. Second one is green building and how to use the energy efficiency. Third is road safety.
Okay.
And fourth one is waste management
Excellent.
and recycling.
Okay.
And as you say, you are committed to the societies
Yes,
itself, Mr. Prabhu. We are committed to all these 4 subjects.
Excellent.
Anything required on this
Excellent,
4
excellent.
subject, we will always be there.
Sure. Thank you very much for such
Pleasure.
a lovely talk. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay.